Omari Nash, these people will do away with you. You see, now you are beaten in this event that was organized by Mr. Kede. You are beaten in front of very prominent figures. Inside, you are beaten inside capital city in Nairobi. Hmm? You as a CEO of one of the major platform in digital media, you are beaten, kicked out, and moved like something, like something like a cause of some a certain disease. These people, Omari Nash, will do away with you. You see what happened in that club and in that event that was hosted by Mr. Kede. Kede's event and promotion was not appealing. It's treated like kind of a menace and heinous act that does not deserve any sympathy at all. Omari Nash is one of the person that was beaten inside that event. Then we have this kind of artist from Luo. I don't know his name well, but him too. He had to, had injuries on his leg. So can we behave? Omari Nash, you have come out and explained your side. And you know well, Omari, that for such a long time, relationship between you and the owner of that club has not been that good. And Omari, there's no way you can come to my house without invitation. No way. No way. You went to that club. The owner of the club failed to invite you. That tells something. That tells something. For example, I have an house here. Have invited my fellow to come and give a visit. And then that fellow invites Omari Nash. So Omari Nash comes to my house. As a owner of the house, as a owner, to my side, I fail to give invitation. Then you come to my house, really through my fellow that I happen to invite. That's the same thing that happened in that club inside Nairobi. Omari was never invited. He went there through the hands and invitation of Mr. Kede, through the pleadings of Mr. Kede, for him to go and cover the event. But the owner of that pub never gave out any invitation to Omari Nash. That first tells you something. There must be a question mark at the end of that statement. Secondly, Omari Nash, I know you are a teacher by professional, as you always say it, but remember, this is media. As people who have, done it professionally, there are rules and laws that guides media. There are rules and laws. There is a way you have to treat a source, treat information before you disseminate it to public, before you give it to your audience. Omari Nash, after you have been beaten from that pub in that Kede's event and promotion, you are beaten. Almost your cameras were being distorted. Only your friends came out and rescued you from that scene. So after you were beaten up, you came out again on the PC live on camera, then responded to whichever kind of, we treat it as a menace because it was never something appealing. To me, it was never something good, because my fellow journalist and my fellow content creator, you are not a journalist, Omari Nash, because it's not your professional. You are a content creator, you are a blogger. So I was not such very jocund as my fellow, content creator was embarrassed in such a very prominent, such a very high profile, event. So Omari Nash, after such an incident happened to you, after you are being beaten, beaten so seriously, in fact your phone, had some kind of distortion and had to break up, so you still came on camera, then responds to the actors behind that menace incident. You even went ahead responding to the owner of the pub. With the audacity still, Omari Nash, you saying well that despite all the things that happened to you inside that pub, could any person invites you, could client invites you, you still have to go inside that pub. Could anything that needs your audience attention happen inside there, you'll give it to your audience by force. Omari Nash, I know we were born men, but at times it's good to hold your horns. You must come down and listen to ground. You must listen. You must come down, hold your horns. Sometimes the arrogance is not the easiest way to solve it out. The arrogance in us and the arrogance in you, Omari Nash, is not the easiest way. It's not the rule to work with in the media. Omari Nash, before you went to inside that pub, were you invited with the owner? Were you invited? That's one question. Second question, information that you always published over your platform, do you always have consent, preferred consent? When I talk of consent, it's a permission to do so. Third, when you are saying like any information that requires your audience attention, that or information that is of impact from that source, from that pub, you will have to publish, raining or shining. What do you mean? In media, there are laws. Will you publish these things without the consent of the owners? So Omari Nash, sometimes change. You must agree, and those people cannot tell you down. They cannot beat you up without, background information. There must be something that you said wrong. There must be some cause of defamation that you did. There must be information that you allegate that defames the organization very wrongly, and you have to apologize. Sometimes you just agree that I did a mistake. And Liz Moore, who is the owner of the pub again, please, Omari Nash has shared to us his side. Please, you two, come out, give us what Omari Nash did. Let us know his character, and then we come to end this war in a very friendly way, rather than this course of chaotic manners. To those people who got to be disturbed, injured, legs, nose, the face turned to be I don't know what, please, the owner of the event will take action. Let them be treated, and can never, let that kind of menace and bad behavior never happen again. Let it never happen again. And remember, you are watching ACTV, and inside, as normal, is Tomonyao.